Hello everybody! Today we're going to be making some handmade paper using this kit by Arnold Grummer called Paper Mill. We picked this up from Acorn Naturalists and I will have the link in the description box below. So we made these nature journals recently and we had a lot of extra leftover paper, so I saved it all for this project. So my kids are just tearing up all this paper into little pieces so that it can be blended. This is what it looks like when it's all torn up. Now it is colored, which is fine. It's going to give the paper a nice kind of light green hue. And I'm adding about 3 to 4 cups of warm water. I thought that using warm water would allow the papers to kind of absorb the water a little bit faster. So I left it like this for about 15 to 20 minutes before I blended it. And you don't have to do this. This is just something that I thought would make it easier to blend. And it just takes about 20 seconds or less to blend it up into pulp. You want to make sure that you do have enough water when you do this. And now we can assemble the paper making kit. So we have a couple of different screens that attach to this box. We add water to a tray because we want to make sure that there's enough water to be level with the top of the paper making tray. So we added our pulp to the mold. We're giving it a good shake, and this would be a good time to add leaves or seeds, but we decide to add the seeds afterwards, which is fine. It has its pros and cons, and I'll explain as we move along. So you just want to get the excess water out of the tray. Then we went ahead and put some seeds in it, which is fine. It just doesn't stick so well to the paper. It's better if it was embedded within the pulp. So we removed the outside frame, and now we're going to remove as much water as we can. First, we're going to use a sponge to do this, and you can wring out the sponge if there's a lot of extra water. Then we're going to add one of those pieces of paper that came in the kit. They are reusable. And then we can flip it over, remove that blue screen, and add another piece of paper. At this point, we're going to continue to flatten the paper and remove as much moisture as we can. So you just want to give it a nice firm, like squeeze down or press on it using the block that comes with the kit. Once that's done, then we can either leave it to dry the way it is, or you can iron it to help dry it out and also to help keep it flat. So I'm just using some cloth that we have, and our iron was set to high, but it was okay because the paper was protected from the iron because of the fabric. And it did take a while to get them completely dry. So if you didn't want to, take this much time doing this, you could leave them outside for a day to dry them up. So I am using my scoreboard to score this paper in half. You do want to do that because otherwise it will not bend properly. I'm using some bundled sage distress ink to color in this little die cut that says hello that I made with my Silhouette Cameo. We are then going to run it through the Xyron sticker machine to put adhesive on the back, and then we can position it on the front of this card that we made with the homemade paper. Okay, so now it's the kids' turn. So my kids observed me doing the process one time, and my 9-year-old and my 14-year-old each did their own several sets of paper actually, and they did a great job. They didn't need me to explain it any more than the one time that I demonstrated it. Their paper turned out fantastic. They got very creative with it. I'm very impressed with what they did. And theirs dried outside on the balcony for about 1 to 2 days. Now the only thing that we would have done differently is that when the paper was drying, we left it between these 2 sheets of white paper that come in the kit, but I think you could probably leave it dry without the white paper and it would probably dry faster. Now, one other thing to be mindful of is that we used recycled watercolor paper that had salt on it. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to affect the seeds once those cards are planted. If you'd like to see other videos in our Nature Unit series, you can click here for that playlist. And if you've tried this kit, please let me know how it turned out in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.